TikTok.
Mm.
TikTok ban. So no TikTok. So let's talk about it. After years of attempts to ban the Chinese-owned app, including by former President Donald Trump, a measure to outlaw the popular video sharing app has won congressional approval and is on its way to President Biden for his signature. The measures give Beijing-based parent company ByteDance, hopefully I'm saying that right, 9 months. I've seen the company before, but ByteDance, 9 months to sell the company with a possible additional 3 months if a sale is in progress. If it doesn't, TikTok will be banned. So what does this mean for you, a TikTok user, or perhaps the parent of a TikTok user? High level thoughts on just what you've heard so far on the TikTok. Do you use TikTok?
I do. And I was one of the people that I'm never gonna use it, man.
Yeah.
Nah. I messed around and got on there. It's I don't want to call it a unique app, but it's so unique in that I mean you've seen apps like it before, kind of like with Vine, that kind of was similar, but all the videos had to be short. And it
Yeah.
didn't I don't think it lasted as long, but like TikTok has just it's I think that's when it's really it's gone to the next level. It's no longer just an app about, oh, let's make fun videos, sharing content. There's a lot of that, but now you're starting to see the business potential of TikTok, and it's funny. I was in my marketing class last year. They were talking about how I forget the name of it, but they have like a similar setup in China where you can shop directly from the app. And I
Mm,
remember, man, that would be cool to see. Now here you go. You go on TikTok, you swipe once, you see the shop page, and so it's like just seeing the business implications. I'm just wondering, like, I'm disappointed because I really want to see what the TikTok economy would have looked like in the U.S. But you know,
okay. That's interesting because I don't use TikTok. Not opposed to it, but that's interesting hearing your perspective from like an actual user and a non-user. So I'm just curious on what your thoughts on it, how your experience is with it, and like a person that actually using it. And I know for the Gen Zs that out there that may be listening, they might be like you, they're listening. And but I don't use it. I don't use it. But the other part that I always wondered about, what is the big deal? Like, see, again, asking questions. Why are they trying to ban it? Like, what are
right.
the talking points? What is the motivation? What is the reason why? Like, so who, what, when, why? Right? So, like, what's going on? So,
Right.
so do you have any context there before I read this article? I could read it, set it up, and then you could talk to it.
So, from what I understand, the main argument is something about how they'll have access, and they being the country that the app was made in, like China, like Beijing. They're worried that whoever they is, they'll have access to all of our data because of TikTok. I think that's the main cause for banning it. It's a data breach or something like that. They fear that they're going to have too much access to our stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And
All right, so let's okay. All right. So let's see. Uh let me see. Should I be worried about using TikTok? So so yeah, this is what I'm talking. So should I be worried about using TikTok? So lawmakers from both parties, as well as law enforcement, to your point, and intelligence officials have long expressed concern that Chinese authorities could force ByteDance to hand over data on the 107 million Americans who use TikTok. That's your information too, buddy. The worries. The worry stems from a set of Chinese national security laws that compel organizations to assist with intelligence gathering, which ByteDance would likely be subject to, and other far-reaching ways the country's auto, auto, ah, authoritarian government exercise control. Did I say that right?
I
I had,
think you did.
I had a
That
tongue
you
twist. I had a tongue twister there. I was always the alternate, so hey, we good. Hey, we good. Data privacy experts say though that the Chinese government could easily get information on Americans in other ways, including through commercial data brokers that sell or rent personal information. That's interesting. Lawmakers and some administration officials have also expressed concerns that China could potentially direct or influence ByteDance to suppress or boost TikTok content that are favorable to its interests. TikTok, for its part, has denied assertions that it could be used as a tool of the Chinese government. The company has also said it has never shared U.S. user data with Chinese authorities and wouldn't do so if it's asked. I kind of highly doubt that, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I highly doubt it. I mean, that's reassuring. Thank you for reassuring me. I don't believe that, but I'm not like against TikTok or anything like that. So interesting. Okay. So I thought that would be good to share with the folks. If you hear politicians, and they have their talking points of ban TikTok, for the American people, and they be talking, sometimes you got to just try to ask the question why, because like when you really get into this political game, like from the standpoint of what you're seeing on TV, like a lot of this stuff is just talking point. They're talking and they're reading from a prompt and they know what words trigger the American people. And some of it is like, okay, noted, got it. But there's a lot of this stuff, man. It's like if you watching MSNBC or you watching Fox, some of this stuff is just a major distraction. Like
Hmm.
from your personal economy. You know what I'm saying? Like your personal economy, like you said, getting off work, handling your business, but you tuning in to every word that they talking about. And then not only that, you take it a step further, then you go fight somebody about they don't believe what you believe or vice versa. And it's like, man, this is crazy. And then
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what changed the game for me. I started doing some research, bro. I started researching what is the net worth of Joe Biden.
Mm.
What was his net worth before he went to office? What was his net worth when he just all throughout his career? What
Mm.
was Obama's net worth? What was like prior to coming in office as he was working through the ranks when he came in office? Like when I started like looking and doing stuff like that, I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Like they get into that bag, they get into that paper, they do what they need to do. And you the president, I respect that, man. Like it takes, it takes hard work to get there or whatever, votes and all that, and just the work they had to do out in prep and positioning that you do prior to that. Any of the conspiracy stuff, I don't know nothing about all that. But what I did see, my biggest thing was like, that's why it's the KB Money Show. I just like to understand where the money going. Like, what a if you can know where the money flowing, that can give you some indication. Like, oh, okay, they doing it. They pointing over there, right? Like they pointing you over that way, and they over there getting to the bag over here. You like, oh no, I'm not about to be arguing with nobody about this side, that side. That don't pay me. I want to.
Yeah.
What are they doing to get paid? Like, how can I get paid like them? Like, what how can I get paid? How can I just carve off what's in store that God got intended for me, and I'm not get caught up in that foolishness? And if you want to dig into the politics, dig into it from the perspective like truly understanding how it works if you're trying to make change versus just having talking points and you just arguing with someone and it's not going anywhere. And so there are some people that are doing the work. They are getting legislation passed that are doing the work, the real work that we talking about. You got my attention if you're someone that's like, no, I got legislation passed. I can talk that talk. Like that hit a little bit different. But if you just talking, I ain't interested. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't at the end of the day, it doesn't matter and it's not translating to dollars. You actually my time is my greatest asset, and you wasting my time, which is worth more than dollars.
Right.
That's but that's all I got on but that's all I got on the TikTok. We just wanted to let you know Biden has passed potential TikTok ban into law. So just be on the lookout for that. So if you're a TikTok user, but it did say in the article that probably still like a year or so off from it like officially being banned. But we'll see. Let's keep tracking. Let's see how it goes. And for now, if you leverage TikTok, if that's how you making some money, hey, do your thing, man. You know, do your thing,
Yeah.
sis. Folk look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm just pointing at. As a marketer, I'm gonna be sad to see TikTok go because I was excited to tap into it because there's definitely some potential there.
Okay.